Good morning. Okay, so today I wanted to update you on what happened last night. Yesterday did not go as planned. We had intentions of walking about 31 miles to camp and then having to walk about 6 miles to a hotel that we reserved for today. And then we were going to take a zero, basically day off for non-hikers. We hiked about 19 miles or 18 miles into Oviedo, and the trail kind of takes you into the town, and we stopped for dinner. That we figured, okay, we'll take a little break, eat dinner. That'll take about an hour or two, give our feet a rest, because then we still had about 8 miles to go to camp. Give or take, or something like that. Dinner was good. So we haven't been eating meat for the past 2 years. And as we got on this trail, we realized that it was, especially going into town and even just like resupplying, it's really hard. Your options are very limited. Could you do it, eat vegetarian? Yes. But we weren't sure that we were getting enough nutrients. So we just decided while we're on trail, we'll introduce meat again. So it's only really been about a week that we have slowly introduced meat. So we shared a country fried steak dinner. Food was good. Place was clean. It was a nice restaurant, whatever. I mean, it was a cute restaurant. And after we did have dessert too, so we probably ate a little too much, but I mean, we did share a meal. So anyway, instantly as we put the packs on and we started walking, I was like, oh, I feel so stuffed. And I didn't know, maybe because you have to cinch the bag around your waist, it was squeezing and it was just making me feel so uncomfortable. And then Bobby was complaining about it too. We started walking, and he was on the phone with his mom, kind of giving her an update on what we were doing and whatnot. And I just felt like, oh God, I feel like I'm gonna puke. But it was like an uncomfortable feeling. I guess I thought maybe because I ate too much. So we just kept walking. I would say probably 2 to 3 miles in, we literally, the trail gets you out of the town, like the city, where the stores are and stuff, and then it brings you down like this it was actually a really nice walking path, in between, on each side were homes, and it was actually really nice. And I don't really like night walking, and that I felt safe, except for like a few dark spots, but anyway, so then it got to a point where it was more woodsy, but it was still on that path. Let me just tell you that we both had to run into the woods and go to the restroom. And we used all of the rest of our toilet paper because we were planning on buying more, but oh my God, it was bad. I'm like, what was that? So we thought, okay, it must be, we haven't been eating meat. It was a little on the greasy side. We've been eating kind of bland food on the trail. Our bodies are just rejecting it. So that's what we were going with. And then probably a few miles more down there, I felt a lot better. But he was just like, oh, I don't feel good. And a few more miles down the road, he's like, I feel like I have to vomit. And I'm like, I told him, like, you should probably just make yourself vomit. You'll feel better, get it out. So he did, and it was like breaking the seal. Oh my God, he couldn't stop vomiting. And we walked probably another 2 miles or so, and to we were like right down the street from a Publix. I could see the lights of the parking lot, and he was on the side vomiting like he couldn't stop. And I'm like, oh, I said, all right, we need to make it to Publix, because either we have food poisoning, or he was thinking maybe we got like contaminated water. We did earlier that day go through, I think it's called Little Econ or Big Econ or Big Little Econ, I don't know, it's something Little Econ. And there was like this sewage spill, but we did not get any water in that area from like the creeks or anything. They actually had, the Trail Angels had water caches, so we had clean drinking water. So that was what was first going through our minds. Like, we didn't really think it'd be food poisoning, but hindsight, I think it's food poisoning. Because we made it to Publix. He sat outside over near the bushes so he could keep puking. And I went in and I had like Pepto-Bismol and all that, but there was no point taking it because he couldn't stop puking. So I went in, got some ginger ale, maybe that would help settle our stomachs. I never vomited, but I felt very nauseous. Like, actually, when I was in Publix, I felt like it coming up my throat. I'm like, oh no. So, but they don't sell toilet paper by just in a single roll at Publix, so I just got some extra baby wipes. So there's that. So I went outside, met him, and he was still puking, and I was just like, oh, this is gonna be a hot minute tonight. And so he was like, screw this. He's like, I can't. He's like, I'm not setting up a tent. I'm not gonna have to worry about puking in a tent. He's like, this is just miserable. So he's like, I don't care. Like, we had already had the room booked for tonight, but he's like, whatever. He's like, you know, I'm just booking a room. We just got a really cheap room. But it had laundry, so I'm doing laundry now. And got an Uber, and thank God the girl was really, really sweet. She was actually talking about how she booked a trip to Colorado for her birthday to go on a hike. It's like a guided hike, like a 1 day to, I don't know, it's 1 or 2 day hike. Anyway, so, and she also had a cousin or something that got sick all the time, so she was so sweet, and she had to pull over once for Bobby to literally run out and vomit. He was just a hot mess. So we got the room. He didn't, actually when we got to the hotel, he didn't vomit anymore, so that was good. But he had the chills, so it was more signs of food poisoning. So he soaked in the tub and felt a lot better. You know, we zonked out, we slept in till 8 o'clock. It was glorious. The hotel didn't really have much of a breakfast, like literally coffee and muffins, but in all honesty, that's perfect for us because our stomachs are kind of messed up. So, so I just took another shower and feel nice and clean. I didn't wash my hair because they didn't have conditioner, and there's no way I'm getting through this hot mess without conditioner. So I'll wait till the next hotel. They should have conditioner. If not, I'll be going to Publix and getting like a travel size or something. But because we need to resupply anyway. And the next hotel has a hot tub. So the plan, I don't think we can check into that hotel until 3. So we're planning on, I mean, we're gonna go in and ask and plead. Maybe we can get in early, doubtful, but if not, we're just gonna chill out at the hot tub and pool today and just relax. And then, but yeah, he's feeling a lot better today, so that's good. So it makes me think that it was food poisoning. I don't know, it's a shame, but now we have to, I think we have like 3 miles to make up, which just sucks to me. I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out, but I have to go back to the room and address my blister on my heel because my little blisters have formed into one big blister, and then now it's spreading to the back of my heel and it's red, and I'm afraid that it possibly is getting infected. I have doxycycline, which I hope can help that. Like we always have like extra at the house, so I just brought some in case I needed it. So I'm gonna be taking some of that. But maybe if I can pop them now and then just, you know, sit out at the pool, whatever, and just let my feet dry all day. I'm not putting my hiking shoes on. I wish I had flip-flops, but all I have is Crocs. I prefer flip-flops. I use Crocs usually just for like when we go paddleboarding and stuff at home, but for hiking, like I like it because it protects my toes. Like the first year we section hiked, I wore flip-flops and I thought I was gonna break my toes hitting stumps and whatnot. So anyway, but at least my heel is open and that can kind of dry. And I also have a blister in between my big toe and next toe, and I feel like that is getting worse too. So I need to address my feet today. And my right heel was throbbing this morning. It's feeling a little bit better, but I don't know. I'm taking it one day at a time. Yesterday, I was ready to go home. No lie. And I thought Poppy was getting ready to throw in the towel yesterday, but this morning he's talking about, oh, we have to make up this mile, yada, yada, yada. So screw me. I'm taking it one day at a time. Like I said, I signed up just for this, just for him, but he knows that my feet are in bad shape. And I mean, yesterday at lunch, he watched me I was trying to put my left foot in my shoe, and it was taking me it took me 2 to 3 minutes to push my foot into my shoe, and I was just like, oh, in pain. And he was like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, what is on my foot? He's like, bandages. I'm like, okay, and what's under those bandages? He's like, a blister. And I'm like, yeah, a big fat blister that hurts like a mofo. And I gotta get it past the opening of this shoe. Once it's in the shoe, it feels better, not 100%, but it feels better. But getting it past that opening is not fun. So, and I can't imagine it spreading to the back of, if it spreads to the back of my heel, then I'm done for, because it's gonna be a constant rubbing. Right now it's on the side, so your foot doesn't, it's not, you have more room, but you know, the back of your heel, I'm not gonna be able to stand that. So I have to try to address that today. So that's where we're at. Just waiting on the dryer. Bobby's literally up in the room in his birthday suit, except for a parka sweater. He's gonna have to plan better. I overpack. I pack 5 outfits, because I assume that at least by the 5th day, we are getting a hotel where I can get a shower and do my laundry, or by the 4th day or whatever, and I'll have an extra outfit. He only packed 2 clothes, because I guess that's what the standard hiker does, and after section hiking in the summer on the AT, and there's no way I'm re-wearing my outfit the next day. It just makes me want to vomit all day long, and I guess I'm not a through hiker, whatever, but I just can't do it. So I just can't wrap myself around that stench. It's just disgusting. So I try to keep this, I mean, obviously when you're hiking, you're gonna get dirty, muddy, sandy, you know, and these new shoes that I have, there's more holes on the top of the shoe. So it is yesterday we walked in that little econ area. It was like, almost like in quite a few sections, it was almost like beach sand. And the sand, like we stopped, I was just pouring sand out of my shoe, shaking the sand out of my socks. It was so sandy, but you know, I expect that, but you can clean up after the end of the day, or even like at breaks or whatever. I was wiping my feet down, but not doing the sweaty, like even the pack, like I tried wiping my pack down. I'm gonna have to try maybe get something at Publix a little stronger to cut the stench, but I don't know how people do it. I just don't. It's just not me. But yeah, I guess I'm just your bougie section hiker, I guess. I don't know. And that's fine with me. That's fine with me. I'm doing this for Bobby, and I don't know how, in all honesty, I don't know how much longer I can do it. So I am trying my best, but at some point I feel like my feet are gonna give in if I can't get these blisters under control. And my heel, no lie. A couple days ago, I almost vomited from the pain from my plantar fasciitis. And it depends on the terrain. And I think it had to do with doing like a 30-mile road walk the day before and not getting able to rest. And then the next day we were on trail, and then you had a lot of roots. So it's like that constant jolting. And I was just getting sharp pains, really sharp pains in my heel and in my arch. And I don't like the fact that I am constantly taking ibuprofen and Tylenol, and there was another medicine I was taking to cut the pain. I don't think I should have to do that every day while I'm on this trail, but that's the only way I'm surviving. And then a couple days ago when we went into, I don't even remember the town, where we got, I don't remember what, drawing a blank. We went into another town a couple days ago, and we got lunch, and I had to have alcohol. Like the pain, the ibuprofen wasn't even cutting it. Like alcohol was the only thing that numbed my feet enough. And then right like 2 miles before camp, I got the shooting pain again. And so like when I get to camp, my feet are throbbing. And then the next morning, my feet, like this morning when I got out of bed, I almost like crumble from the pain from my feet. So it takes, with the plantar fasciitis, the morning is always the worst, but it gets better. So right now they feel okay. So that's where we're at. Okay, we just hobbled over from the extended stay, which was clean enough. We'll just give it that. And we, two hotels down was La Quinta, and check-in's not till 3, but I gave him my sob story and we got our room. Good news, good news. Now we can go chill, relax, go in the hot tub. Bobby's not feeling the greatest at the moment. He was doing better, but my stomach is a little queasy, so we desperately need the rest. So yes, this is good news. I'm so happy. All right, today is a day of relaxing. So we are in our room at La Quinta, way nicer. The extended stay was good enough for the situation, but I'm not sure that I would extend my stay there.
That's my line.
Much better. Well, we're sharing it. Much better room, cleaner, and it has a hot tub. So I'm really trying to
give me.
Bobby's cold, so I'm gonna go downstairs and see if I can get a blanket, because I'm not cold and I don't really feel like sweating since all I do on the trail is sweat. But hoping that he'll feel a little bit better. My stomach is queasy. And then we can go in the hot tub in a little bit to relax. So relaxation day, here we come. This is the life. Bobby finally came out of the room. I had to get him a blanket from the front desk.
Yep.
Because he was cold. And
when Bobby's sick, everyone's sick.
Yeah. Michelle could be dying, but when
like
Bobby's,
a baby.
he's definitely a big baby. So we are.
It just sucks my soul away. I can't help it. There's no reason to live when you're sick.
This trail is sucking my soul away. But we are relaxing.
My free sunglasses look good.
Yeah, he has literally lost. This is like his third pair of sunglasses. Well, you started with one. The first pair you started with your own, right?
Something like that.
And then he
Then I
found
found a pair.
yeah, he found a pair,
And
then
I
he lost
those,
them,
and
and
I
then
found a pair.
yeah. So it's
Trail provides. as you
yeah,
say.
it's kind of funny. I've started and ended so far with the same pair. I don't know how he's losing them, but he does find on a regular basis odd tools and weapons on the trail. I seem to be the person to spot all the animal life. We were joking last night about that, and he's like, what's the next thing you're going to find on trail? I'm like, I'm probably going to see a giraffe.
There's things out there that I found that wouldn't be appropriate to talk about.
Yeah. In the Keys. Let's just say we found a bag, and I was
People
hoping...
are sick.
I thought it was a bag. I was hoping it was a bag of money, and it was not. It was a bag of...
Adult toys.
Yes.
Anyways, we'll leave it at that.
So we closed that bag up and put it back in the branch where we found
Ever
it.
since that bag, I'm afraid to look because I feel like the next thing I'm going to find, I saw a suitcase.
Yeah, he's
and I thought
afraid.
it had a body in it, so I never went down to look.
Yeah.
I'm curious, but I don't want to go down that road.
Yeah.
I don't need to have hiker nightmares.
Yeah. So that was pretty funny. That was I think by far that was the craziest thing that we found on trail so far.
And that was by the Navy base.
Yeah.
So, you sickos.
Yeah. Not sure what's going on over there in the Keys, but you know.
Whatever.
Yeah. To
I
each
hope
his
you had a
own.
good night.
We put it back. It's safe in its little spot. But all right, we're gonna enjoy the nice hot tub here. Peace. All right, good morning. We are checking out of the second hotel after getting food poisoning.
Possible food poisoning.
Yeah, possible food poisoning. And after long discussions about the trail and the timing, because this trail is meant to be a practice for the Appalachian Trail that Bobby and Angelique will be doing in April. And the fact that my feet are an everyday problem. The blisters will heal eventually, I'm sure of. Right now my left heel is still bothering me, but my right heel with the plantar fasciitis, that's not going away. If anything, possibly getting worse. And I don't like the fact that I'm literally pumping myself up with ibuprofen, Tylenol all day long, and sometimes alcohol just to ease the pain. So we have decided to get off trail. Bobby is not a quitter, and he's not happy about this decision, but I kind of had to convince him to get off trail because at the rate that we're going, having to keep getting off trail, yes, zeros are needed. You have to rest your body, but it's literally like I had a time frame. I wanted to be done with this trail by the beginning of March. That's not realistic. What is realistic is maybe mid-March, but that would literally give him less than a month to get all the things done at home that are needed before he gets on trail for 4 to 6 months with Angelique for the Appalachian Trail. So we decided to get off trail and go home. So he has things he's got to get done, and I have things that I have to get done. Excuse me. And in all honesty, like, my stomach is still not ready to hike today. So we are waiting for an Uber to go get the rental car and then drive home. And then we'll just start preparing and training, and maybe we'll hike the Ocean to Lake Trail because we need to get Angelique out there hiking, training for the Appalachian. So I think we're just going to use this next month, to kind of prepare. And I plan on just meeting them for sections. Maybe I'll go with them at the beginning of the Appalachian Trail, but if not, then definitely in the summertime, for some section hiking. Bobby, you got anything to say?
The trail is tough. It's not set up very good for through hiking.
Yeah.
So it's also a big financial strainer.
Yeah.
Since there's like not hotels in every place and Ubers everywhere, and resupply's tough sometimes.
Yeah,
Charging your phone, but it's doable. It's just not easy.
Yeah,
Tough.
physically, I know that. I mean, we've come this far. I know.
Sorry, I let all my fans down.
I know physically we could do it. It's just that the reality is, time-wise, it's just cutting it too close.
We're gonna get them back on the Appalachian Trail.
Yeah, you definitely will. And you and Angelique are stubborn and
Maria
beasts, so you definitely
the
will.
Drivers here.
Okay, you'll definitely get it under control. So I know you'll be successful with that. All right, cutting it off.